Do you have a child that identifies as transgender?
Of course not.
Causes anxiety.
Because if you did, you wouldn't be here right now with your little scan me billboard Chris. What are you gonna do? You gonna let them go through puberty? It's the child's like. If that's what they're telling you as a parent, I'm gonna let my child. I don't have kids, so I don't know.
Like there's a difference, right, between being a mom and not being a mom. So if you don't know what the you're saying, just shut up. Simple. Because she just made herself look like an idiot.
Scan me billboard Chris.
Huge shout out to our friends over at Allegiance Gold for sponsoring this video. Do you agree children cannot consent to puberty blockers?
Further explain a little bit.
Further explain what puberty blockers are or what?
Yeah.
Puberty blockers are these drugs being given to kids when they want to transition to the opposite sex. It stops their bodies from developing. So it takes a boy's testosterone down to 0, girls' estrogen down to 0, so that their sex-based characteristics don't develop. Girls' breasts don't grow, their hips don't get wider, boys' penises don't grow. It damages their bone density. This is the first step in a medical pathway. Following the puberty blockers, they give kids the opposite sex's hormones, so they appear more like the opposite sex. They follow this up with the opposite sex hormones, so they're giving girls testosterone. 4 or 5 years on testosterone, they have to get hysterectomies because it causes vaginal and uterine atrophy. And they're doing surgeries as well. They're doing double mastectomies on little girls.
The child's consent, correct?
Well, this is the whole point. Like, how can a child possibly understand what they're signing up
Yeah,
for?
no, I don't agree with that. I don't like that.
And
Wish
so all
it
these
to be
kids,
a different gender.
yeah,
Okay.
all these kids are caught up in this social contagion is what it is. Mostly girls are affected by this today. And this is happening to tens of thousands of children.
This is devastating and not what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about
It's
that.
shocking, isn't it?
Yes.
I wish I was making this up, but I'm not.
My son, he's 6 years old, going
Yeah.
on, he'll be 7 in January. And I teach him, I'm sorry, but it's a sick world that we live in.
Yeah.
That's right.
I should have had to be teaching a 6-year-old about boys being girls and girls wanting to be boys, and I completely disagree. That's disgusting.
That's right. The body positive message we should be sending is that our children are beautiful just as
Just
they
the
are.
way they are. I mean, and if you choose the path to date the same, sex, that's fine. But as far as changing what God created you to be and how you're supposed to be on this earth, I don't agree. I don't like that. No, I don't agree.
And they've come to believe that they're born in the wrong body and that they'll only find true happiness by physically transitioning to the opposite sex.
Aren't most people born that way?
What's that?
There's a lot of males that don't know whether they're growing up in a certain body that they can conform to or not, growing up in society and whatnot.
I mean, growing up can be hard. Puberty can be hard. Puberty is especially hard for girls. But the body positive message we should be sending these kids is they're beautiful just as they are. You don't tell them that they were born in the wrong body and they need to change their body.
That might be like they don't feel that themselves, so that's prompted by themselves, not by society. Society tells us we need to be 100 pounds, period, the end. That's a bigger issue than gender identity, I think.
Your children have a great mother.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
You guys are here now on Asbury Park of all places. Why you're on this boardwalk?
Why not come here?
What's wrong with Asbury Park?
Because Asbury Park is like an extremely gay-friendly.
What does this have to do with gay?
Really?
Yeah, what does that have to do with
We're
gay?
literally like talking about like transgender kids not being able to.
There's a child here. We'll watch our language.
To puberty blockers. If your kid came to you tomorrow and said, "Hey, you know what, Mom? I
want
think
to skip puberty."
I would not. How about I think that I'm a girl
And I want to skip
I want
puberty?
to be a girl and I don't want to be a boy. What are you gonna do? You gonna let them go through puberty? It's the child's like. If that's what they're telling you as a parent, I'm gonna let my child. I don't have kids, so I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
It is tough. It is tough. As a parent, it is tough because I'm a single mom, so it's harder on me. You know what I'm saying? But you can't. I'm sorry. You came in this world a certain way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to dress
You came in this
a
world
different way, cool. But as long as you're in my household, and I firmly believe like how you are is how you're meant to be in this world. You're beautiful how you are. If you feel uncomfortable, there's psychiatrists, there's other ways to go about it.
But if they're beautiful the way they are, but they don't. But like they're coming to you and they're saying, "Mom, I don't feel comfortable the way
That's
I
what
am."
I'm saying.
When I was his age, I wanted to be a
with
cocker
that?
spaniel. Like, what do kids know?
All right, don't be one of these jerk off ass on
Hey,
the
there's a
internet. that's
child
like,
right here.
Hey,
We
I
can
want
watch
to be
our
a cocker
language.
spaniel, kitten, cat, dog, rabbit,
But
bunny. You don't apply right now, okay? We're talking about a gender. We're not talking about an animal friggin'.
No,
okay?
but the point is.
No, don't be one of those
do you think
people.
children-
I identify today as a Labrador Retriever. I identify today as a pit bull.
No, but the
We're
point, I'll
talking
give
about
you-
a human being, so
Okay,
back
so
up
how-
and know
I'll give
your
you-
place.
no, we're
What's
talking
the
about
difference? How
children.
can a girl identify as a boy? It's just as absurd.
Doesn't matter if I
Can I
think
ask you if you know anyone, actually know someone who's trans?
Yeah,
Yes.
a lot.
Many.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had more conversations about this subject with people from all walks of life than anyone in the world.
I highly doubt that.
All right, everyone, let's take a few moments to talk about today's sponsor. We are on the brink of an economic meltdown that's threatening your savings and retirement. And not just that, inflation has surged to a 40-year high, which is something we just can't ignore. You budget carefully, but each trip to the grocery store feels like a wallet-pinching experience. Gas prices have doubled since 2020, your monthly bills are escalating, and our elected officials don't really seem to care. Inflation is a silent force that eats away at purchasing power and ultimately your ability to save for retirement. Don't let this happen to you. Protect your retirement with my friends over at Allegiance Gold. Alex, Mark, and the team will take the time to help you to understand your options and to make the best decision for your future. Whether your goal is to own physical gold or protect your IRA or 401k, the professionals at Allegiance Gold are ready to help. They've built the highest trust ratings in the precious metals industry and have built relationships based on integrity, expertise, and impeccable service. Go to protectwithklug.com or call 866-335-KLUG and get up to $5,000 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. You guys do not wait. Make sure to protect your future with Allegiance Gold. Again, that is protectwithklug.com or call 866-335-KLUG. I'll put links down in the description below. Let's get back in the video.
So the kids that end up showing up at these gender clinics all around the country, children's hospitals, almost half of them are on the autism
What
spectrum.
hospitals?
Children's hospitals all across the country.
What children's hospitals?
Boston Children's Hospital, Children's
Name
Hospital,
one.
Los Angeles.
You literally just named two.
Okay.
UC Benioff,
Gotta listen.
Yeah.
Washington University, UW, like all the children's hospitals.
Okay. So they're on the autism spectrum. So
About
you're
half these
saying
kids
that
are on the autism spectrum.
parents are
a lot
in-
of them have suffered abuse or trauma. A lot of these kids historically with gender dysphoria, the majority actually grew up to be gay, which makes some sense when you think about it.
The term gender dysphoria.
Do you not like it?
I don't like that. No,
And that's the technical term
That's
for
a
it.
technical
I
term.
understand that.
I agree with it though. Like it's.
It makes me think of like body dysmorphia and like you're not
But
content in
if
who
you
you
grow
are.
up as a male
Right.
and your dad is like, you're a male, you're a male, but that boy feels like a woman, that's sort of
the thing.
gender.
What does it mean to feel like a woman?
It's the negative.
I have no idea. You know,
Well, this is the thing, no one can ever
connotation.
answer that question.
that's yeah,
If a boy is more effeminate, so what?
Yeah, who
He's
cares?
more effeminate,
yeah, exactly.
right?
Do you have a child that identifies as transgender?
Of course not.
Causes anxiety. Because if you did, you wouldn't be here right now with your little scan me billboard Chris.
There's no
Okay?
such thing as a
You
transgender
wouldn't.
child. They're
Oh
called
really?
boys
There's
and
not?
girls.
Oh, there's not.
That's right.
Oh, there's not such a thing as a transgender
What does it mean
child.
for a girl to be a boy? How does that work?
They identify as a different
Identify?
gender.
Why not identify as an elephant?
Okay, I'm sorry, but if you had it, do you have any kids at all?
I do. I have two girls.
Really quick. Can we
If
get
two-
specifics on that?
I just-
Specific.
I'm
What
not
does it mean to be a
into
girl? What does it mean to identify as a girl? Can we get some specifics on that?
You know, so look, hey, I'm married to my wife, so I'm a woman married to a woman.
That wasn't the
But I still
question.
identify as a girl. What does it mean to identify as a girl? I don't know. Like, do you like to wear dresses? Do you like to be floral? I mean,
So
I'm a girl.
stereotypes.
I climbed trees
So-
when I was a kid.
so
I was a
stereotypes
tomboy.
is what it means to be a girl.
Well, you have beautiful eyes. Anyway, not the point.
So stereotypes is what it means to be a girl. Is that correct?
It all depends. Like, I'm a girl who identifies as a girl, but I'm married to a woman. However, you have girls that identify as whatever, like they might identify as a boy. Like I'm just saying
What does it mean to identify as a boy?
that
What
they
makes them a
feel
boy?
they feel more masculine. They don't like the way they look in their body. They don't. If a girl has
Why can't she
boobs
be a
and she doesn't
masculine
want to
girl?
have them, she could totally be a masculine girl. I was a tom girl as a girl. Like literally grew up as a tom girl.
So how is it that she's a boy? How is the girl a boy then? I don't get it.
They just, well, that's the thing. Is like I was comfortable in however I am. Some people are comfortable in the skin that they have and what they have, but there's other people that are not. And unless you personally go through it, or unless you have children that are personally going through it, you probably can never connect to that like sensitivity level to really know that that's exactly what they're feeling. And it comes down to a human being or a person that they identify, or I forget the word identify.
You're
'cause
talking
that's
about like
clearly
you're talking
what
about like a
you're
10-year-old here during this whole
It
conversation.
could be a
by the way.
10-year-old. I mean, I have friends that are gay that literally, like, at 4 years old, were like, I knew that I didn't want to be in the body that I'm in. At 4 years old. Thank you. That's exactly how this all started.
So do
That's
you
what
think
I said.
Do you think it's fine that we're sterilizing kids?
Why a lot of nerve to come here to Asbury? Why is that?
Because you're literally in one of the most gay-friendly,
Okay.
What does this have to do with
transgender-friendly.
gay?
What does this have to do with gay?
whatever, regardless, it's the most, you're just...
What's it got to do with
Because
gays?
you know why? Because Asbury Park is an extremely accepting place.
Okay.
Everybody loves everybody here. And right now, you guys are not loved. You're not being accepted on this
It
boardwalk.
sounds like it's not very
You have the
accepting and loving place then, doesn't
audacity
it? I want to make sure we focus on one thing, which I think you guys have been doing a good job at, which is we're focused on the children here. We're not talking about adults and what they want to do within their own lives or anything like that. We're talking about how children cannot consent to skipping puberty.
We've talked about a certain thing to where
Or like being like their parents.
You wanna come talk with us?
So they're passing laws now where parents don't even have the right to intervene.
No.
And they'll
As
even put the
future
kid in a group
parents,
home and not
I
tell the
want
parents
to
where their
sign
own
for
child is.
everything that my kid does.
Because we're accepting
Oh, look at all
of
this
people
acceptance
that
right here.
want to
Look
live
at all
out their
this
true
acceptance.
self.
You're
You
saying-
guys are condescending. people
Living your
that wanna-
true self doesn't mean skipping puberty, taking cross-sex hormones, and making life-altering decisions about your body.
If a child, have you watched the documentaries on this and stuff? Like, they're literally, children have gone to their parents and been like, you know what, Mom, I want to do this. And a parent that's completely and totally supportive of it, well, let them.
Yeah. Chris, what do you think about that?
So first of all, you brought up this business about this is a very gay community. Well, all the studies into gender dysphoria show one thing. Before they gave these kids puberty blockers, that more than 80% of the time, kids who had severe and prolonged gender dysphoria from a very young age,
Where are your eyes going? What are you
it's
reading
used to
off of?
affect boys much more than girls. And more than 80% of the time, these kids simply grew out of it, and a majority grew up to be gay. So what this ideology is teaching these kids now, these same kids who would grow up to be gay, is that there's something wrong with them. They must have been born in the wrong body, and they're giving them chemical castration drugs, cross-sex hormones, and surgeries are being done on children. This is ruining their lives, and it's ruining the lives of boys who would just grow up to be beautiful gay men.
But it's a choice. It's like, I mean, you know what? Again, like I
It's
said,
a choice, perhaps
I don't have
for-
kids,
perhaps
so
for an
I
adult.
can't speak to, but like, I don't have kids. But if I were a parent and my child came to me and said, I don't feel comfortable embodying the name, Mom, like I want to be this or I want to be that, like I would, but I'm very open and accepting, and I
So
would
you would
allow
sterilize
my child.
your own child?
I would allow my child to live out their truth self
You would
and whatever that
sterilize
was.
your child?
If that's what it came down, if that's what you want to call it, is
Well, that's what
sterilizing my
happens.
That's what it
child,
is.
then so be it.
That's what it is.
There we go. She'd
Right.
sterilize her own kid.
And that's because your child, when they know when they believe in Santa Claus, they know exactly what they want. They're not going to change their mind. Is that correct?
You know what?
Are we listening to this stance we're making here?
Hey, you know what? I'm just sorry, but I believe in letting people
that's
letting
better.
people be who they want to be and what they want to be. But you guys are here like
That seems like the
you're
exact opposite message of
You're
that.
literally walking around with a billboard around your waist.
All right.
It has gone in circles, yeah.
She's happy to sterilize her own child. We got enough info out of her.
Yeah,
That's good.
yep.
Like,
Getting
there's
the
a
shot?
difference,
Yeah, yeah.
right, between being a mom and not being a mom. So if you don't know what the you're saying, just shut up. Simple. Because she just made herself look like an idiot. You went around in a whole circle of what? You don't know what you're talking about. You're speaking on a subject that's very touchy. You don't, like, if you don't know what you're talking about, just shut up. I don't care. He's 6 years old. I would never put anything in his body that's not supposed to be there.
Why am I an ass?
That's not nice.
Can you enlighten me about why you're right and why I'm wrong?
I can't even engage with you because it's so ridiculous.
Why don't you come talk to us? We'll have a respectful conversation.
No respect for you at all. It's not even worth it. But just let me tell you that you're a bunch of ass.
So one of us is trying to have a reasonable conversation like an adult, and one of us is flipping people off.
Conversation with people like you. There's no reason.
Who are people like us?
Yeah, what do you mean people like us?
There's none.
Yeah.
There's no racism here.
Well, he's gay. Are you a homophobe?
No.
Are you sure?
This whole ideology hinges on
her
stereotypes.
aunt made a comment to me
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago because I know how to decorate, I know how to dress.
Good
and
for you, man. That's
she-
awesome.
And she was like, he's a little bit
Actually, good for you.
He's a little feminine, and I'm like, why does that have to be like any sort of social norm to where like, because I know how to dress and I know how to decorate
That's
my
one of the
home.
big. That's one of the primary messages you have is there's no right way to be a boy or a girl.
There's no
If a girl climbs trees, plays in the dirt, wants short hair, and hates dresses,
Yeah.
guess what? She's a beautiful girl.
Absolutely.
Not a boy.
Perfect as she is.
But this ideology is pushing stereotypes to such a degree
Yeah.
that these children, a lot of them are neurodivergent or they've suffered abuse or trauma or whatever. They're being led to believe that the only way they're going to find true happiness is by physically transitioning because they were born in the wrong body.
Yeah,
Nonsense.
forcing it on
It's such a
anybody.
negative
Okay.
outlook to give a child. But these drugs and hormones end up sterilizing children.
Yeah.
They're cutting off the breasts of girls as young as 12 in California. What child that age can possibly consent to that? My friend Chloe Cole, they cut off her breasts at 15. They put her on puberty blockers and testosterone at 13. She had massive regrets just 11 months after.
Yeah.
Another girl, Layla Jane, in grade 8 in California. She's suing now, but they cut off her breasts. They put her on puberty blockers and testosterone at 12.
That's not fair to decide
And
that so young.
my
Yeah.
gosh, she's just a kid.
Yeah.
She believed in Santa Claus 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And she's been led to believe that she's born in the wrong body, which is nonsense. It's pseudoscientific, quasi-religious garbage.
Yeah.
They also can't consent to braces.
To braces? Do you think that getting braces is the same thing as giving a double mastectomy to 12-year-old girls?
That doesn't happen.
That doesn't happen.
I can
You should ask.
prove that to you.
Okay.
So Layla Jane is a girl who's suing right now. Harmy Dillon is her lawyer. She had a double mastectomy at the age of 13. She went on puberty blockers and testosterone at 12.
Well, I don't
She
know
said-
where she lives, but anywhere else.
Yeah, we can move. Do you want to move this conversation?
No, you're wacko.
Are
Go
you the
away.
boss of me?
We eat here. This is a business. You can't be like
Okay.
in public.
This is a public sidewalk right here.
Well, you know what? I'm done talking to you. I don't want to interrupt other people. Oh, hi.
How's it
You're not my
going?
boss.
That was our first That's Not Happening of the day.
Yeah. We didn't get to the it's good part.
You are doing God's work out here.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
It's common sense. You puberty.
Why?
Thank you very much. Do you want to have a conversation? Want to tell us why it's okay to sterilize kids?
A lot of middle fingers today. People aren't very polite, but there's actually a lot of people agreeing with us as well, so that's really nice to see.
You can't vote till you're 18, but you could take puberty blockers and alter your life. For the rest of your life, you're going to be completely different.
All right, so my man, you're a dad.
Yes, sir.
You're followed on Twitter. You support us, as almost every intelligent human being does. Tell me, when did you first learn about all this? What do you think of it?
A lot of this stuff, I mean, transgender has been around a long time, but the movement has moved at an unbelievable pace.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, I'm a cyclist. I
Okay.
compete, and our federation just yesterday passed a law or a rule that you have to race in the category in which you were biologically born.
That's right.
And people are freaking out.
That's
You know,
right.
in my sport of cycling.
Oh, really? What a world. Freaking out because now men have to compete with men and not take women's trophies away from them. Totally
Yeah,
insane.
and I'm not in the mind of these people that are actually these, transgender athletes. I don't know what they're feeling, but the reality is if they're born a man, they're going to have to compete against men.
You don't think if you're a certain age you don't know that you're gay? You know you're gay.
What does gay have to do, though, with children being given gender reassignment surgeries and hormones?
So, did you know who you were at 10?
Hell no. When I was 10, I was obsessed with like boobs and naked women. You would have thought I was going to be like the next Hugh Hefner. And now I'm gay as hell. So that's what I think, that shows what kids know. So imagine if I had been given some sort of surgery then to enforce you being straight for the
And
rest
you don't
of your
think
life.
it's up to like you and your parents and everyone to sort of make these decisions?
Well, you can make decisions as an
Informed
adult stuff,
decisions
but
with
when...
your parents? Do you
But
think
when-
the government should make those decisions for you?
Well, the government makes decisions when it comes to protecting kids all the time. That's correct. Can you feed your child alcohol? You can, legally. Can they get a tattoo? Can you tattoo your child?
I don't know. I don't know about tattoos.
Okay.
My kids never.
Can you abuse your child, physically abuse them? I mean, you can do anything you want with your child, right?
But this is a family
It's
decision.
a life-altering decision. I went too aggressive. Wait, really quick.
It's amazing. They take it so lightly.
I went hard on her, kind of.
No, she deserved it.
A 9-year-old child can make it a life-altering decision. Is that correct?
If
Is that correct?
a 9-year-old,
That's when they hop on puberty blockers. 9, 10, 11.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it.
Okay, so you might agree. You might agree with the message a little bit.
I don't know.
You know, that's crazy though. Like,
Yeah.
Cause I got a son, you feel me? So like, I mean, I wouldn't really say I would support it, but like, I would feel the type of way if you told me you want to be a girl, you feel me? But like, if you want to be gay, I don't really care, you feel me, and all that. But like, all that is crazy, you feel me? Because they put out in kids' books and all that, you feel me? It's all through social media, like all through different states, teaching kids younger than 13 how to like have sex and all that, you feel me, and sex changes and all that crazy shit. That's crazy, you feel me? Like, that shouldn't happen.
Telling kids just because they don't conform to stereotypes that they must be trans.
Yeah, exactly.
And they'll only be happy unless you give them a sex change.
Yeah, like, you realize they pushing that all up, they pushing all that trans stuff all on us more than anything else, you feel me?
It's a political party aspect. If we can put...
Who's pushing it?
I don't want to put any labels on it because, all right, if we want to put labels on it, if we want to be real, it's the Democrats that's pushing it because they know that anything that they can clump together as a minority group, they can win.
That's right.
If they can clump it together as a minority group, it wins.
They're all about dividing.
Exactly.
You guys are in the wrong place.
It's the perfect place, man.
It's the United
If
States
it's if
of
you're saying it's the
America,
wrong
baby.
place, it's the best
The
place.
reason this town is the town it's in is because of gay people. Okay?
I got a gay man standing here with me, ready to talk to you. Oh, he's not.
Would you like me to sing some Judy Garland tunes, or how can I prove it?